Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the invisible scripts that run our lives, our habits. They're responsible for something like 40% of everything we do each day, from the moment you wake up to how you wind down. So, understanding them isn't just about self improvement, it's about getting to the core of who we are. Let's get into it.
So let's start with a question we've all asked ourselves. Why is it so incredibly hard to break a bad habit? You know that feeling, right? You try so hard, but it just keeps pulling you back in. It can feel like a total failure of willpower. But here's the thing, it's not really about willpower at all. You're actually fighting your own brain's basic programming. That's right, your brain is literally designed to build habits. It's an efficiency machine, and its main goal is to save energy by putting common actions on autopilot. It's not a bug, it's a feature. And the good news is, once you understand how that system works, you can learn how to take back control and choose which programs you want to run.
Okay, so let's pop the hood and see what's really going on in there. To change our habits, we first have to get a handle on how our brain creates them in the first place. How does it decide what gets put on autopilot?
Well, at its core, a habit is just a mental shortcut. It's your brain recognizing a familiar situation and saying, oh, I've seen this before. I know exactly what to do. And then it just runs a pre-written script to save you the trouble of having to think. It's all about being as efficient as possible. And that's really the secret power of habits. By automating all these little things, our brain frees up a ton of mental space for the important stuff, like being creative or solving new problems. But here's the catch. Your brain doesn't judge whether a habit is good or bad. All it cares about is whether it's efficient. So, how does the brain actually build these powerful automatic shortcuts? Well, it follows this incredibly simple three-step pattern that runs in the background, driving our behavior day in and day out. And this is it, the habit loop. It starts with a cue. That's the trigger. It could be a time of day, a place, a feeling, anything. That cue then kicks off the routine, which is the actual habit itself, like grabbing a cookie. And finally, you get the reward, that little hit of pleasure or satisfaction that tells your brain, hey, that was good. Remember this for next time. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. After you repeat that loop enough times, the cue and the reward get hardwired together in your brain. So your brain starts to crave the reward the second it sees the cue. That feeling of wanting the cookie isn't just a thought. It's a powerful neurological craving that makes the habit almost impossible to resist. And that is why willpower fails us so often. We're trying to use our logical, rational brain to argue with a process that's running on a much deeper, more primitive level. You're not just fighting a bad choice. You're trying to redirect a superhighway that's been paved in your brain over years. Okay, so understanding the loop is one thing, but how do we actually use it to our advantage? Well, the secret isn't trying to change everything all at once. It's about focusing on just a few special habits that create this incredible positive domino effect. These are called keystone habits. You can think of them like the keystone in a stone arch. It's not the biggest stone, but it's the one that holds all the others in place. These are the small wins that build momentum and spark a whole chain reaction of other good behaviors, often without you even trying. For instance, think about someone who starts exercising every morning. That's a classic keystone habit. Pretty soon, they might find themselves eating healthier, sleeping better, and being more productive at work, all because that one habit set off a ripple effect of positive changes. All right, enough theory. How do we actually do this? Let's get practical and open up the toolkit. These are the concrete strategies you can use to start building the habits you want in your life. The number one rule of building a new habit is this: start ridiculously small. I'm serious. We think we need to make these huge, heroic efforts, but that's not what builds habits. Repetition does. So, if you want to read more, start with 1 page. Want to meditate? Start with 1 minute. Make it so easy you can't possibly say no. All right, strategy number 2 is a game changer. It's called habit stacking. The idea is brilliant. Instead of trying to find a new cue for your new habit, you just piggyback onto one you already have. You literally stack your new habit on top of an existing one. Here's what that looks like in the real world. You probably already make coffee every morning without even thinking about it. That's a solid existing habit, so you just stack the new habit right on top. After I pour my coffee, I'll meditate for 1 minute. The coffee becomes the cue. It's that simple. And that leads us to the golden rule of changing any habit. If you want to build a good habit, you have to make the cue as obvious as possible. Put your running shoes right by the door.
If you want to break a bad habit, you do the opposite. Make the cue invisible. Hide the junk food where you can't see it. It's all about designing your environment for success. And here are a few more quick tools for your kit. First, like we said, design your environment. Second, track your progress. Just putting an X on a calendar every day you do the habit creates a powerful reward. And finally, try focusing on your identity. Don't just think, I want to start running. Instead, tell yourself, I am a runner. That shift in identity makes the behavior feel natural.
But please, be patient. On average, it takes about 66 days for a new behavior to become truly automatic. That's over 2 months. So you're going to have off days. That's fine. The goal isn't to be perfect. The real goal is just to not miss twice in a row. It's consistency, not perfection, that rewires your brain.
So we've got the science, we've got the tools, now it's time to put it all into action. Let's make this the moment you go from just learning about this stuff to actually doing it. The challenge is really simple. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. That's just a recipe for failure. For the next 30 days, just pick one small keystone habit that you think could start that positive ripple effect in your own life. Here's your simple 5-step plan. First, pick that one habit. Second, make it tiny. Third, stack it onto a routine you already have. Fourth, track it every single day. And fifth, give yourself a little reward right after you do it to really lock in that habit loop. So I'll just leave you with this. You are not a victim of your habits. You're the architect. Now that you understand this simple loop, the cue, the routine, the reward, you hold the blueprint for change. So the only question is, which door are you going to unlock first?